We talked to 9 different people through 6 different interviews on a street corner here in Calgary, and we asked them one very simple question. Is Premier Danielle Smith an Alberta Separatist? Yes, no, or undecided. And of course, as with anything in politics, remember, perception is reality. You can hear my opinion at the end of this video. So let's listen to what normal, everyday people here in Alberta think about Danielle Smith. Is Premier Danielle Smith an Alberta Separatist? Yes, no, or undecided? I have no idea.
She is a Separatist.
She is a Separatist?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you say that? Just your top reason.
I feel like her viewpoints or values, what she has in the last couple of months, what she said politically, deem her a Separatist. I don't think there's much denying there.
That she wants to separate,
Absolutely.
maybe join the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Okay. Is Premier Danielle Smith an Alberta Separatist? Yes, no, or undecided?
I'd say yeah.
You say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's your top reason why? Why would you say that?
She seems to have a lot of connections to sort of right-wing pundits and stuff in the U.S. She's been pushing for having this referendum vote, which I think is a little bit suspicious. And she's kind of been cozying up a lot with the U.S. politicians. That makes me think that she kind of wants to be governor of the 51st state.
Did you want to chime in, by the way?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I'm talking to one and I should talk to both. So, okay. Is Premier Danielle Smith an Alberta Separatist? Yes, no, or undecided?
From what I know, I'm going to say yes.
You're going to say yes? Okay. And what is it that makes you want to say yes to that?
Just from what I've heard on the internet.
Okay. So, like, that she's cozying up to the U.S. or...
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, sort of more that concern rather than anything she said specifically.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not too informed on this.
Okay, cool. So, but you haven't heard her say she's a Separatist, just sort of the action she's taking.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you very much. That was quick and painless. Okay, here, I'm going to even give you a prize.
Cool.
Is Premier Danielle Smith an Alberta Separatist? Yes, no, or undecided?
Well, speaking from the perspective of an international student, or to the best of my knowledge, from what I heard from the news, Miss Smith probably just use that as an leverage to gain, to the federal government, making bold statement as a leverage to gain more sovereignty. I don't think she actually means, because of the historical background of Canada, the province of Alberta, I don't think she actually means it.
So she's using it as a bargaining chip.
Yeah, as a leverage. Yeah, exactly. As a bargaining chip and leverage. Yeah. I don't think she means it.
Okay, well that's interesting. And you said you were a student?
Yeah, I am.
Which country are you from?
China.
From China?
Yes.
Okay, so that's an interesting perspective from China. And so what brought you to Alberta as opposed to, say, Vancouver or Toronto?
In the first place, it was more affordable from my source, from everyone like around here.
Yeah, that's definitely
more affordable. Yeah,
more affordable, more going on here.
Yeah.
So, okay. Have you been to other parts of Canada, or is this the only part of Canada you've been to?
I spent like 2 weeks in Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah, that's all my time before Calgary in Canada.
Okay. And I think off camera you said that you'd been here 8 months already.
Yeah.
So
exactly
you've lived through a little bit of winter here.
Oh yeah. It was punishment. Yeah.
It was punishment.
Yeah, especially if you don't have car, like as a newcomer. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have to rely on the buses and breaks down.
Which did you like better, Vancouver or Calgary?
Well, absolutely Calgary.
Yeah.
It's like even Vancouver doesn't have like minus 20, 30 Celsius extreme temperatures. Still, it's still rainy, gloomy, and I spent some time to the downtown, so it doesn't look great. In terms of securities and the general sentiments, like seems gloomy. Yeah. Just like the weather.
Yeah. Is Premier Danielle Smith an Alberta Separatist? Yes, no, or undecided?
I'm afraid I can't answer that because I'm out of town.
Oh, you're from out of town.
Way out of town.
Way out of town. Where are you guys from?
UK.
UK. Wow.
So
awesome.
Okay. And now I've heard a lot about Danielle Smith. I've heard about all the ins and outs, but I don't think I'm qualified to be able to give you an objective opinion. Can I ask who you're representing?
Myself.
Oh.
Yeah, you can look me up. I got my full name there.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't hide behind corporate names or party names.
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Here.
Okay.
Is Premier Danielle Smith, the Premier of Alberta, an Alberta Separatist? Yes, no, or undecided?
Undecided.
Undecided?
I've been here for 3 months, so I don't really know.
Where did you come from?
Manitoba.
Manitoba.
I was in Brandon.
Okay, Brandon, Manitoba. And before we get to you, which place do you like better after 3 months?
Definitely Alberta.
Alberta?
Calgary feel at home.
Okay. What's your top reason for that?
Because I was actually in South Africa, so I was living in a place called Durban.
Okay.
Calgary feels more like Durban, so for me it feels like I'm more at home, and the people are friendly. So.
Okay. Kind of like us. And what's your
I'm
answer?
not able to answer that question because
Okay.
I'm not from here. I'm from Mexico. I'm
Mexico.
tourist. Yes.
Oh, what part of Mexico?
I'm from Sinaloa, from the north of
North?
of the country, in Sinaloa.
Sinaloa.
Yes.
Okay. How are you liking it? How long you been here?
I came for the Stampede.
For the
Calgary
Stampede?
Stampede.
First time or?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm almost gone.
Okay.
And I like here. Yes.
Oh, you like it here?
Yes.
You want to move here?
Or
Or do you like Mexico better?
It could be maybe 50-50, and 50-50 it means the winter here spend that time
Oh,
in Mexico,
okay.
and summer in Mexico spend in here because
Okay.
Mexico is hot. I mean,
So
summer
hot
is
there.
so hot.
So
Yes.
spend the summer here, spend the winter
Yes.
there. Okay, well, lots of Albertans actually do that. Premier Danielle Smith is not an Alberta Separatist. I repeat, she is not an Alberta Separatist. I would know because I am one and I made a video. You know you're an Alberta Separatist when. So let's start with number one. She likes to paint her toes red. Okay? The Globe and Mail reported on this on April 12th of this year in 2025. And they said this when she met with the other premiers. As she sat down for her fireside chat, Miss Smith slipped off her shoe and wiggled her toes, which were painted red, while saying, "I'm Team Canada right down to my toes." What kind of separatist would say something like that? Not any kind of separatist that I know. So let's get on to the second reason. It's from Global News. It's from June 26th. They title the article, Premier Danielle Smith says, Albertans' desire to leave Canada has never been higher. They quoted Premier Smith as saying this: "If Ottawa wants to work with me to cause that separatist sentiment to subside, then we need to materially address the 9 bad laws that have created that negative investment climate. If they make the changes we are requesting, then I suspect they can take the air out of that movement." By movement, she means the Alberta Separatist movement. And again, what kind of Alberta Separatist would want to take the air out of our separatist movement? Because we all know why we're separatists. And if all Albertans knew what we knew, they would be steaming mad at all the stuff that our own politicians here in Alberta have failed to tell us, that she still has failed to tell us about how Canadian Confederation has worked and is working today, or not working. If you're an Alberta Separatist, it is not working for us. Or the third bit of fact that I would like to bring to your attention that tells me that Premier Smith is not a separatist is this. It's called the Alberta Next panel. And I'm sure if you are sitting there and you're not a separatist, you'd say, "Oh, that's playing right into the separatist movement." Well, maybe read the website on the first page. I'll show you the page right here. And here's what it says. The Alberta government is launching a province-wide consultation to chart our path, defend our economy, and assert our sovereignty. Which is great up to that point if you're an Alberta Separatist. But she adds these 3 or 4 words. 4 words. within a united Canada. What kind of separatist would say something like that? That obviously is not for separatists. That is to keep separatists out. That's not on the agenda. The only things that are on the agenda is to stay within a united Canada, not to separate. So that's straight from her government. So as you heard one of the interviews or interviewees, one of the people we talked to, and he just happened not to be from Alberta or even Canada, and he gave us a very candid answer that I think is mostly correct. Premier Smith is merely using the separatist movement, you, me, and everybody else that wants to separate, as leverage to negotiate with Ottawa and the rest of Canada. She said it as much in the second set of quotes that I showed you, that if you do this, we suspect that this movement will go away. That is a leverage statement right there. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and please like this video because you've made it this far. After all, it's very easy to hit the like key, especially if you've watched this far. And I would even add subscribe, because we put out a lot of video content and a lot of interviews. And we'll see you out there, or we'll see you next time here on YouTube. Thank you.